Okay, so we will start. Today's guest is Herman Koch of Airth AI. Herman is founder, CEO, and CIO of Airth. Airth is almost 4 years old company. Prior to founding this company, Herman was mining engineer, actually master of mining, and was general manager for Hexagon Mining. So with that, Herman, I'm going to turn it over to you and please walk us through your presentation. You will enjoy it. I had a brief preview and it was really exciting.
Thank you, Nermin. I appreciate it. First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting us and providing this opportunity, because we know that there are a lot of potentials in mining, especially with the data sciences and with this growing artificial intelligence efforts globally, right? And today, basically, I will talk about how we, as Airth.io, leading this artificial intelligence powered solutions in a vendor agnostic approach, not with competing, but actually completing the whole ecosystem for mining companies, technology vendors, mining equipment vendors, mining consultants, and academia, right? So our goal is, again, becoming an overarching artificial intelligence powerhouse for mining, right? So before we dive into anything related to mining or even specifically to Earth, I would like to take us to here, where we are at currently. Once anybody says artificial intelligence or AI, everybody's mind goes directly to the OpenAI and the ChatGPT. So currently, this is where we are at, the 4.40, which actually last week the 1.01 series came up. Which is 01 mini, 01 preview, and hopefully later on we will have access to the 01 as well. Which is I will mention about that. What is the main difference between this model and then that model as well, and we will see why these 100x's are happening. And this graph is actually presented in Japan. OpenAI Japan office just opened last 2 weeks ago, and then that's, I believe it was 2 weeks ago. The VP presented that, and what we are looking at it. This is a fantastic time to be alive, to be frank with you, and being in a industry like this that is actually supporting the chip industry, supporting the artificial intelligence in energy. The mining is the powerhouse for all these things. Without mining, there is nothing, right? So we cannot grow, right? And our goal as Earth, how we can actually empower the mining's artificial intelligence efforts to support that AI, so we can actually see that 100x as we progress in technology and years. So this being said, that this is another again section from most recent OpenAI feedbacks, actually from Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, presented this a couple days ago, pretty recently. It talks about stages of artificial intelligence from their perspective, from Sam Altman's and OpenAI management's perspective, in a sense. Basically, currently we are in more on the level 1. Actually, level 2, as I mentioned, with that reasoning, with that 01 model that is just recently released, that became the reasoning. But first, we were in the level 1 with ChatGPT 3, 3.5, 4, or 4.0. They were all, in a sense, chatbots. They were giving the right answers right away before even thinking or putting a reasoning. Now with 1.0, actually, there's a reasoning coming to the play. And their goal is basically how we can go to the next level with that human thinking, which is a really interesting time frame, because just 2 days ago, Salesforce had a huge event and focused on the agents, agent force, right? So their agent or agent force is actually how many agents or different AI agents can work within each other, and then how actually they can create larger impact and show value to their users, right? So, which again, Jensen Huang from NVIDIA CEO, he mentioned that the AI agents has the gigantic opportunity moving forward. That was his sentence while they were chatting with Salesforce, which is again the level 3 area, which today we are going to talk about level 3 and how we can actually approach to the other levels. And that's what we're going to talk on Earth side. So any questions so far, Nermina? Please, again, interrupt me at any point.
Yeah, I would just mention that I understand that there is Sakana AI, which should, in a way, be part of the level 4 out there. It's the research application out of Japan. So, so maybe we are going to a level 3 and level 4 at the same time.
No, I didn't want to mention that, but you are right. Actually, the pace is so fast, and there's a section actually about, again, just a couple days ago, Jensen Huang in Salesforce event mentioned that we passed the Moore's law. Definitely, Intel is saying in a different way. We don't. We haven't done that yet. But the pace is extremely strong, and definitely there's a huge investments happening to another big organization like Grok. Grok is actually owned by Elon Musk, XAI. Huge investment happened by Aramco to their data centers. So this is not gonna stop. And I was in an event at AWS, our partner, and one lady mentioned that we are in the fastest that ever been in humankind wise from a technology perspective. We are in the fastest pace right now, but also we're in the slowest pace for the future from a technology perspective. It is a really remarkable sentence. I believe so. It's exciting. It's interesting. We're going to see how we're going to end up in the next couple of years. But for us, it's extremely exciting, and that's what we do. What we do.
Excellent.
So if you come back to Earth, Earth.io, our goal is not only just provide data or even just KPIs or leading, lagging. It's not that. Otherwise, Power BI is a great solution, or Tableau is a great solution. You can always try to understand those leading, lagging KPIs, even the dashboards that you create, right? But the idea is actually how we can reach to actionable insights, actionable data that not necessarily even you need to go find it, but actually the system will tell you not only the prediction, but the prescription out of it, and then you can take an action around that, right? So that's our vision, and that's where we're heading, and we are actually providing as of right now. So, but the mission is also really important for us. Our mission is to bring mining community together, right? By revolutionizing the technology, by revolutionizing how to reach that mining technology, and then by revolutionizing the community approach around it, that knowledge share about it. So that's our mission. So for us, we don't only have one partner, which is mining companies. Normally for technology vendors, this is how the case is. Mining companies, right? No, for us, mining companies, technology vendors, equipment vendors, academia, consultants, we want to bring the mining community together, and we want to do this globally. So with numbers, I want to highlight a couple numbers, especially you will see like how fast in 4 years we created more than 10 products. As you mentioned, myself and most of our company coming from a technology vendors, but also the vast amount of the company is actually with our great advisors, great team. They're coming from the mining field, from the actual industry. They spent 30, 25 years, more years at the field, and we wanted to learn from them. We wanted to learn from those subject matter experts. That's what was missing before, and that's where we tackled with Earth. And that way we learned from the field And with a strong, almost 30-man strong development team and AI team, we created agile way these products. But at first it was hard, and I will explain that actually how we became this agile in a second. And we don't want to hold the love about that agile. We want to open that agile methodologies for everyone interested. Everyone want to get benefit. Everyone want to provide benefit to the mining community. Just to quickly to go over it, the Earth ecosystem, right? We talked about the products. This is where we started our journey, right? First with financial modeling. That's where we started. We wanted to understand if we can capture what is the difference between what I planned versus what has actually happened. And then if I can actually tie that to a financials, and that's where we start with the financial modeling. But we realized that actually to capture that, we need to access data really quickly, instantly, and agnostically with all the vendors if you want to capture the real dollar impact. Not only just look at it a reactive way, but also proactive way. So can we look at it actually prediction, right, on the financial impact? So that's where we started, and then after that, we evolved around, again, tying the mine planning or one of the solutions like a heap leach recovery modeling. We touched the mineral processing. Around 20%, 22% of the copper production is happening with the heap leach globally. Around 9 to 10% production of gold is happening with heap leach. So these numbers are also growing, right? The Mine Foresight is a fantastic product, one-of-a-kind product right now. It is utilized by like Capstone Copper and some other companies that are testing. That is actually live forecasts in real time that it can provide you model updates for your short-term plan, for your reconciliation between resource model and grade control. All these products are really, really fantastic. But for us, it was taking time to create these products or these applications that you see at the bottom. That's the reason that we created Airth Core. That's the reason that we wanted to, instead of spending 5-6 months, couple years to create modules, applications, or products, we say that, okay, how we can shrink this time, how we can do this no code, low code with less development time. That's the reason that we created Airth Core platforms, right? And I'm going to talk about them in a second. Any questions at this point, Nermina?
So in summary, you are providing a platform for the operating mines, whereas you already have some applications developed, and that platform enables owners to add applications as they find them fit for their operation, right?
Yeah. Operations, equipment vendors, technology vendors, academia, they all can use this platform for whatever the meaning that they're looking for from their data, right? So, exactly. Or from an application that they have in mind. Because for equipment vendor, their use case, their challenge might be completely different. But exactly. For a mining operation, it's going to be completely different. But maybe they have a common area that they can actually address that together. Such as like we're looking like predictive maintenance. This is one of the main common things from a AI, instead of AI, actually more on the basic reinforcement learning side of the things that we tackled in the old times, right? But understanding that next anticipated failure or queue time optimization, downtime optimization, those type of things are completely doable with this platform, no code, low code, by just tying your data, not only the data, but also the AI ML pipeline optimization engines, which I'm going to touch base in a second. So okay. Let's go over these different modules of Airth Core, right? We have Lithos, that comes like a lithology, the foundation, the rock, the first where we start. And then we have Solis, that actually, if you want to understand more about your data, and if you want to make a product out of your data, application out of your data with an engine, it can be, or model, artificial intelligence or ML models, even deep learning, but also optimization engines. So you can actually bring those things into this platform. You can even write your own ML models. You can even write your own engines within this platform. Not only, you don't need a coding understanding. Yes, it will definitely help. You can write in Python, you can write in SQL script, you can write in Cypher, you can write in R, right? But also we enabled with Plato the generative AI. So you can tell what you want to write, and then it will create the code for you. So you can actually tell what you want to do with AI to create an AI application out of this with this solution. So I will just show you a couple things about, again, Airth Core Lithos. We can not only with one data source, with multiple data source, we can do the data ingestion, transformation on the fly. And this is one example. We really like this ESG example. It looks at the fuel consumption versus the carbon emissions. So, and we worked with this one with one of our partners, Banco Hitachi. So this is not just a report. Actually, it is connected to your live data, and then you can look at this information on the fly, and then you can put a different models onto that. It can be, if you want to do learning, prediction, or prescription out of it. To be able to do that, you need to go to this Solis. With this Solis, you can actually tie any type of artificial intelligence models. You can not only create your own models, but you can also write your models, as I mentioned. You can train them. You can fine-tune them in every possibilities in one solution. We also enable auto ML, auto machine learning option, which is you just put your data and then the system, it sounds like a wow, oh wow, it's amazing. It's like a wizard. It is actually a wizard. So it will find the best possible models that fits to your data, and then it will spit it out, the possible results with different algorithm options, which is most probably they are the similar algorithms that will end up, but you will see the results that fits to your data and if there are any outliers. So we provide all that under Solis. Again, optimization engine. We are partnering with Global Move, fantastic multi-objective optimization solution. We can bring that, and it's looking inverse model, fantastic solution. In mining, we don't have multi-objective optimization till now. So, okay, you tie your data, you create reports, you create applications even, you made predictions, prescriptions, tied optimization engines. What else you can do, right? You know what you can do? You can tie that data with a digital twin, right? That is Airth Core Aether. Again, another fantastic ESG type of an example, water truck management solutions. I know currently it looks like reporting, and then boom, it changed. Now you're looking actually at digital twin that you can create a geozones in your live map. And then when this water truck goes into that geozone, it will automatically start water. And then no operator disruption. Is only focused on driving. He's not going to touch anything, watering, and then stop water automatically. The operator only focusing on the safety of himself and the asset. So this is not only environmental friendly, but also for our employees, operators, they're extremely valuable for us. So safety is a key and a must at the mines, and this will also allow that. The environment section of it, how we can make this a more smarter solution, right? The way to do that is we can tie with weather information. We can get weather predictions. We can tie with dust monitoring. We can look at what is the impact of the blast for the dust. We can look at the possible predictions. Oh, is it going to be sunny? Or is it going to be rainy? What's going to be possible impact? How much water that I need to use? How much solution that I need to use? So all that can happen in the back end, and the superintendent or dispatcher can just focus on their zones. Everything is automated. So That's a really great solution in the real life. This is a 5-dimensional solution. You can go back in time and space, and then you can also, we're going to enable the predictions so you can look at it actually front end. And this solution, Airth Ether, can directly integrate with any data, any asset type that you have. It can be drills, it can be dozers, it can be anything. And the system will automatically configure that for you. That's a really smart, and you see all this top menu even, it is configurable by the user. So the next one, we talked about Airth Co-Pilot a little bit. So the Co-Pilot within Core, it is called Plateau, right? Everybody likes philosophy, at least I do a little bit. So the Plateau knows everything about your data, about your system, about the structure that you want to build. In here, the user is asking, hey, can you bring this shovel information and the productivity rates? And can you bring, hey, this truck, this loader, this hauler, what are the relationships? You can just type that information into large language model or Plateau. But the main thing that we need to remember, I just want to touch base this section quickly, about the Airth Plateau is it is not only a large language model. It is also a large action model. So with prompt, you are making things to take an action. So that's a really, really big thing. Okay, that's what I mentioned about the agents. That's where it goes the next stage, right? So on the last thing, and for this one again, Nermina, we're gonna come back to this in the beginning of 2025. Currently, we are working with some clients on this solution, some key clients that we have with this solution, and it's going to be first of a kind, and that's the patent pending solution that ours. And all this system, how it can work in a vendor agnostic approach, and how it can find the interrelationships, that actionable insight automatically, and then provide to the end user, so we can understand that interrelationship, right? So, and that is, in a sense, just from a graph knowledge wise, the user will be able to understand the interrelationships between different departments, between different data sets, between different vendors, without actually trying for it. It will come as an insight to the user. That is the Airth intelligence will provide, right? And so, go ahead, Nermina.
No, I just wanted to say that that's really something. It's a future of the application in many ways, uncovering those hidden patterns that current knowledge of the, let's say, mine operation or design is not even aware of. Correct. Especially because all of a sudden, I come from the automation, with the automation background. I was configuring the control systems and putting the field instrumentation. We dealt with the flow, temperature level, but now we actually have all these other inputs that AI can, like images, like sound, that can be incorporated into the process, or serve as a background information with an impact on the, I'm going to say, main controls. And honestly, this is where I see the main, or rather transformative power of the AI technology, because it's giving us all this, not only processing data, but it's giving us insight into how the processes can be changed.
It is completely 100% agree with what you say, right? Basically, we are going to see more about what is that uncharted routes, right? Like what is that unknown? Can we unearth that potential that we don't know about our data, our mines, our reserves, our models, our assets, and how we operate. So that is the greater thing that we're working with some clients that I mentioned to you, and that's where it's exciting. for us, right? Again, this is almost just FYI, it is not done. What we're working on in the mining, right? There are some other examples in defense, specifically for the United States, but other than that, it's a really, really new area, and we're extremely excited. That's the reason that we're partnered with actually also a really strong partner like AWS, and that's where I'm gonna explain in here how we can bring not only Earth developers, subject matter experts into this game, but other than that, how we can bring everyone. And that's the Earth Exchange is about. And that's Earth Exchange is going to live in AWS Marketplace. So globally, everybody will be able to reach out to these solutions. They can run all these solutions, again, no code, low code, with interactions, integrations between different vendor solutions, different plugins, and also they are going to create their own solutions. They are going to be able to sell their own solutions. People with great amount of subject matter expertise, they can sell their own, they can create their own solutions. They can sell their own solutions, and they can make royalty, a really good amount of revenue out of that. And then also they can help, as I mentioned, this climate stripe, climate logo is really important, because as we grow, as Earth Exchange grow as a collective mining community, then we will remove carbon and pollution. We will help to the startups with the Stripes climate program. With that effort, we're going to provide pledge revenue amount goes directly to those startups. We are trying to close the gap between not only actual versus planned, but also we're trying to close the gap between in some mines, environment versus mines. Right? That's really important for us. We don't only just do with our own applications, technologies that we bring into the industry from an ESG perspective, but actually we really mean it. We really mean that we give back for the environment's good. And again, this is all supported by also AWS Marketplace. Everyone can reach these solutions. How? We are not like 1970s, 1980s applications anymore. All web-based, all cloud-based, fantastic GPUs. We can run crazy amount of data. We can learn extreme amount of information. And Earth Exchange allows that, not only with Earth products, as I mentioned again, with all other vendors, globals, and the community creators, professors. That's we want to get that academia, right? Professors, students, they will be able to create solutions with Earth Core platforms. Once they do, they can sell within Earth Exchange. And this is the marketplace in a sense that I mentioned. The other thing is that we are aiming to bring, again in 2025, hopefully before the SME, the Earth Pulse, which is going to live in Earth Exchange marketplace section, that is going to be the knowledge base, but the live knowledge base, or not live knowledge hub, that will feed in specifically about the mining, specifically about the mining information, right? What is happening in even mining departments in different universities? We will get that information. We'll create that connectivity. So people will learn more about mining and feel more comfortable about mining if they're not even from mining, right? But also the people who are from mining, they will be able to utilize this information within Earth Core for their financial models. That you can tie Bloomberg information, you can tie S&P mining data, you can tie SME information. So that way you can actually make more sense of, or SEC, SEC filings, 43101s. So this is where we are actually heading and making a really, really robust community for the connected mining systems. So I just want to show you one thing, and I love this. Most of us know Dr. Danny Craig. rest in peace. He was the grandfather of the geostatistics in a sense, right? Fantastic man. Thanks to him, we are doing all these data science side of the things. So I found this old picture in web. I think, I don't know, it was taken 1980s, 1990s, I don't know, but pretty pixelated. But check it out. I just want to give you this glimpse of a video that actually I created with Runway ML with their latest Alpha Gen 3. Check this out, the quality of the video. And I can even add a script on that looks like he's speaking, right?
You can solve great challenges with data science.
You know, you can solve great challenges with data science.
I hope he actually said that.
I tried my best to do that. So I tried my best that what he would say, because he was a data scientist, right? He was
right.
So for that reason, no copyright, no trademark, please. but I wanted to give a little bit fun to the presentation. Again, let's keep learning. Let's keep creating. We need to come back, and then we need to democratize the mining technologies. We need to evolve. We need to make better. And that's the reason that we really value our partners. That's the reason that we value our mining clients. And that's the reason that we value our academia. We work really closely with the University of Arizona, UNAM. Most recently, we deployed a co-pilot over there too. Great return. Again, Hacettepe University, 5 different professors in Turkey, my hometown, my university. They just started to use the co-pilot, right? We also empower the universities, and hopefully with University of Arizona, we are going to start working with some professors over there. And also we will flourish Earth Core and how we can empower the data science side of the things, machine learning side of the things, with the academia, right? And hopefully I will add my schools, another schools logo over here, which is Colorado School of Mines. It's coming soon.
Excellent.
So,
very good.
How we can transform the future, right? Because that's part of my job. I'm the Chief Innovation Officer of the company as well, and I need to always look for what we can do more, but also if it has a value and how we can actually create the most impact collectively. So it goes with revolutionizing mining, but with data and with artificial intelligence. That's the first step for us. So that way we can drive the transformation of this industry, but in a sustainable way, right? We don't want to give away any possibilities and any options from that section. Yes, safety, productivity, sustainability. These are great and most important 3 keystones for mining. But we also want to do setting the new standards is really important. We want to work really closely with GMG, and we are one of the key partners with GMG Global Mining Guidelines. So we want to work really closely with those type of organizations for the benefit of the mining industry. Right? So this being said, that you ask what is actually kind of a Earth intelligence that we want to approach to it. Again, I can give some much. Let's put it that way. I can give some hints about this, but basically, in our current world, with all these efforts in the chip making, in this artificial intelligence, this pace, it's not anymore 1 + 1 2. It's 1 + 1 4, 1 + 1 8, 81, whatever. That will only be allowed, as you mentioned, to understand that interrelationships, understand that correlations, understand that what are those hidden possibilities between information, right? Within your operations, from resource model to operational model to financials. So what are the possible impacts? What are the hidden drivers? Is it your fragmentation? Is it your stemming? Is it your grindability? What is that, and what does it trigger? And without you are asking the question, can you learn from it? That's the Earth intelligence coming from. So before, is there any questions around here, by the way?
Not at this time. I have hundreds of questions, but we'll, as we talked, we'll leave it for later on once the product is launched, and then we can drill more into it.
Sounds good. I want to finalize this presentation again as I started with the AI, right? Because again, yes, we are a mining technology firm, but we are heavily, our bread and butter is this AI, right? So I mentioned about the 1.0 ChatGPT 01. My apologies, 01 improvements, right? Between the difference between GPT 4.0, which is a really good model, versus 01. And as you see in this graph, let's look at the PhD level science questions on the physics. You see that difference, that reasoning, thinking, multiple. So when we say reasoning, when we say thinking, what it does actually, checking with multiple little AI agents before it gives you an answer. And it finds different reasons before it gives you an answer. So it analyzes for you. That's the reason that actually we're heading more philosophical way. And that's what AGI is in a sense, a little scary, but also extremely exciting area, artificial general intelligence. And that's the direction that we're heading. Again, I mentioned about the NVIDIA's founder and CEO, Jensen Huang's a couple days ago, he mentioned this. Going forward, the opportunity for AI agents will be gigantic. And our goal is to give this power to all mining community. Even you don't know how to write coding. Even you don't know how to go to the answer right away. You can ask, you can provide the subject that you want to tackle in to the large language model, to the Earth plateau. It will tell you what are the possible ways, what are the possible data sets that you can use. So our goal is to be the go-to location for mining community for the future. And how we can do that is where we start with Earth Core, with platform, with Earth Exchange. Come to us, talk to us, find us in Mine Expo. My email is over here, LinkedIn over here. Just shoot me a message. Let's reshape the industry, guys. Thank you so much, Nermina. I hope you enjoy this, but I'm ready for the questions if there are.
There are many questions. So just to clarify the previous slide, that's comparison between Grok and the what was that?
That one, I can show you. I can show you again.
Yeah, if you can go back.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
So just for my understanding is really what the agents are doing ultimately. Are they reducing so-called hallucination, or giving you actually much better results or answers?
Hallucination is definitely one of the part of it, right? Because ultimately, if the model understands better with checking, and you're losing the errors, right, on the way, and that's where 01 is coming with less hallucination, right? 01 is not from Grok, it's from OpenAI as well, just to have a clarification.
Yeah. So
but you mentioned about Grok.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I couldn't read. It's just GPT 4.0 and 01. Okay, yeah. Comparison between two different releases, basically of the OpenAI. Yeah, no.
But you mentioned about Grok, and I wanna say a couple things about that, if you don't mind. So basically, I'm a true believer. I like Elon Musk. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna hide it too much, to be honest with you. And I follow his work quite closely. And XAI is doing really interesting stuff. I don't know if you guys tried Twitter's or X with the new name. X's new model. If you try to create actually any image, I strongly suggest that you should give it a go of X's AI stuff, right? So it is a great model. But his aim is, I as far as I can see from from this distance, is with Grok, right? The model and the X is a fantastic model, I would say. But how actually they can support that model with the data centers that they are developing in Saudi Arabia. As I mentioned, Aramco invested a good amount of money into those data centers. So AWS is creating their own chips as well, and this market is going to be really, really at Intel in the same way. They do a lot of fantastic jobs. So it's gonna be fantastic. And the last thing I want to say is, actually, I didn't talk about this presentation. We need to look at quantum computing. We need to look at actually what quantum computing will bring to us. Because yes, I know it sounds like quantum computing is still far away. Maybe, for entities other than governments, in a sense. But Microsoft is doing a lot of great work around the commercialization of the quantum computing. So it's going to be really interesting in the future, and how large mining companies can definitely, I think, shared silos maybe they can utilize on that sense, and it will be revolutionary at that point. So a lot of fantastic stuff happening in the technology side of the things, and how we can actually enable, as you say, in a secure manner, right? Cybersecurity is key, and that's what we also work on really hard with our partner AWS, and as I mentioned, with the compliance like a SOC 2 and SOC 2 and that kind of stuff. So cybersecurity is key, especially for mining. It is a key, and quantum computing is something also kind of hindering against that, right? So we need to. It's going to be a really wild ride, but we enjoy it. So let's see how we can do what we can do. And then what we can talk at Mine Expo, or we are going to be at SME in February. We're going to be in CIM and PDEX. So let's catch up, guys, and please don't again hesitate. Just reach out and let's discuss what we can do together.
So a few more questions.
Sure.
What is the main roadblock for the adoption of the technology? What are you seeing? Where is the pushback coming from? If you are to approach a mining company, or when I say mining company, everybody in the mining world or the industry, what is their main concern or reason why not to?
I would say. So there are a lot of interesting sections, and I will mention about these step by step. So first thing is, as you know, there are corporates, and then there are sites. So sometimes that relationship, that alignment it should be ready at first, right? Or even if it is not, then maybe as vendors, how we can help and enable that. So that's another thing, right? Which I think we can, especially with data, with the transparency, that corporate versus the sites enablement is something that we also originally started with, right? How we can increase that transparency. The other thing is definitely understanding of what AI can do is still somewhat blurry, and our goal is actually how we can do these type of conversations like what we are doing with you, and then explain them, okay, we can do this, we can do that, but instead of we go to them what we can do, we listen their challenges, and then we adapt, and we provide those. Okay, your challenge is this, your problem is this. For this problem, let's focus on that problem. And that's the reason that Airth Core is super scalable and flexible in that sense. So we've seen these problems, which is one of the things that you mentioned, like what is the biggest in my previous journey. I would say the biggest and hardest hurdle from a technology vendor perspective was the repair and replace. So repair and replace means basically there's one vendor out there, you got to take that vendor out, and then you're going to put your own solution. And we completely take out that mentality with Airth. We don't want to do that. We want to complete. We want to come on top of it. We are not touching their vendors. The vendors stay in there. We are that 1+1 is not only for the vendor, for their data or operation value, but also how we can increase the vendor's value that they already invested in. Right?
Exactly.
So those are a couple areas I would say, and then the cybersecurity is definitely one of the key areas that we always need to address. The other thing is sometimes still cloud can be a subject to talk about, cloud versus on-premise, which we already support both options, all options in a sense. So yeah, these are some specific areas I would highlight.
Okay, so there is a huge amount of money, I mean, probably unseen so far, going into AI development. Yet mining industry is really suffering. Like developing new mine, first of all, takes 2 decades in average. And then investors having the option to invest into, let's say, AI or blockchain or a couple of years back. And the mine is going to take maybe 2 decades to return the investment. The way I see it is really investing into AI for mining is a way to invest into mining industry and into AI at the same time, and help mining industry to reduce that development cycle to provide better return of the investment overall. So what's your thought on that? I know you shared with me there are some examples where you were able to provide the value. I mean, all actually examples are providing the value to operations. But it would be good if you can share some statistics, some numbers that demonstrate that application of AI technology actually is returning the value to the mine.
Yeah,
so it's a kind of two-part question coming from me.
Two-part question. I like both parts. I give you that. I'm not going to say no. So any of that. So for the first question, let's tackle the first question, and please correct me if I misunderstood as well. Okay. There's a great amount of funds going into technology, but there's a limited amount of funds or time frame that's spent on opening new mines or making them operational, right?
So question is, how can we redirect some of that money going into AI to actually flow into the mine development?
Yeah.
Can AI technology help? Help there.
Before I get into that, or with ChatGPT's response, like delve deeper, as everybody's learning delve deeper nowadays. So before I opened up to that one, I seen a fantastic graph, as you mentioned, the largest, I think top 5 or top 10 mining companies, like in an example, Rio Tinto, BHP's, Glencore's, they all get combined, and then there's Apple on the side, right? So, or there's NVIDIA now, which is more than Apple in a sense, right? So this size and whatever size the others, which is what you were saying. And that's one of the part of our goal is actually, because we are empowered by AI to empower the mining, which is a supply chain in a sense, which actually mining is supplying for batteries, electrification globally, not only mining, electrification, right? And then also chip making, all the cables, copper, like it's insane. And how we can actually get that money back to mining is, I would say, we revolutionize mining with technology, so the technology companies can see the possible benefits and value, because that's one thing that we want to do with AWS.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So, frankly, if you have technology
how we can open them up together as a vertical AWS mining vertical in here, right? So that's actually how we can go to the next technologies. If we enable more technologies for mining, then mining will be more profitable, more cost-friendly, more environmental friendly. That will get more investment, which is, ESG is a key, especially in Europe, right? If you're a coal mine in that region, and if you're a publicly traded company, what you need to do is you have a couple options. You need to put solar panels, you need to do some battery optimizations, you need to get some electric trucks, so you can actually balance your carbon emissions, so that you can get more investment. But all these things require technology and additional investments. The short answer, I don't know. The long answer, we gotta try.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. I don't think there is anyone. Maybe we should ask the AI once your platform is completed. It should know something.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
fantastic question, though, and it's a really interesting area if you feel that where we are at, and because we look at all the other AI stuff going on, and then we also in the mining industry, and we're in that middle, right?
Exactly.
You're completely right on that. Thankfully, we are more technology, backed up, I would say. But ultimately, our goal is to make mining go up. And actually, if you are going to go to Mars, if you are going to go outer space, if you are going to get more better mineral resources without hurting our Mother Earth, then let's do that. And the only way that we can do that is through technology and better mineral extraction methods. So
exactly. Excellent. Well, there are hundreds of questions still, but we'll close it here. I really wanted, this was extremely enlightening and very exciting, and I'm looking forward to seeing your new product on the market. And we'll stay in touch. I'll follow your work and see where we are in 6 months, and if Moore's law is being broken every day, maybe in 3 months. So yeah.
We shall see. But Nermina, I would like to thank you to the whole Omot family and you. As you mentioned, we will do great things together. I love your ambition into automation and artificial intelligence. You already put your efforts years back into this field. So this is the time that actually is going to shine. We all together, we are going to shine and make great impacts into the industry, because the technology is enabling now. We will not be able to do that. So I wish that Dr. Craig could reach out to these technologies. I'm pretty sure he would create freaking amazing stuff. So we are looking for those new generation people who has fantastic subject matter expertise to create amazing applications. They can. So,
exactly.
So much,
very exciting. Very exciting.
I enjoyed it, and I can tell you that I will be there whenever you want to do this webinar. Take care. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Much appreciated. Bye, everyone.